What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is going to be a quick little live. Kyle Shanahan and the players are going to meet with the media in a few minutes, about 15 minutes. But let's go ahead and talk about some good news today. But let's drop the intro. We got a couple shows I'm going to do today, but let's hop on with this one. What's up, everybody? How are we feeling? How's it going? It's Victory Wednesday here. We're getting closer to game day, 4 days. But there was some cool news this morning about the players. We're going to talk about it for a few minutes, be really quick live, because Kyle Shanahan's about to meet with the media very soon, and we'll have a lot more to talk about a little later. But this morning, the 49ers had 5 players named to the NFL Honors end of the year, awards show. There's going to, February 9th, that's when they pick the winners. The 49ers had a lot of players up for awards. And actually, Nick Bosa has been named the Pro Football Writers Defensive Player of the Year. So on top of the honors he got this morning, being a finalist for the AP Defensive Player of the Year nomination, he was actually named the Pro Football Writers of America Defensive Player of the Year award. So congrats to Nick Bosa. That's dope. And we all know he's going to have a big game this weekend. But let's get to the awards. If you guys missed it, and even if you know them, we'll talk about it real quick because it's pretty dope. Let me pull them all up, and let's talk about it. I hope everybody's having a good day today. It's a great day. Niners are getting a lot of recognition. I think that's good, but we're still underdogs according to the media. But it is what it is. So Brock Purdy, this is the coolest one. He started 7 games. He's undefeated. Brock Purdy is officially a finalist for Offensive Rookie of the Year. The other 2 candidates are Kenneth Walker of the Seahawks, running back, and Garrett Wilson, wide receiver of the Jets. So pretty cool to see that. I mean, Brock Purdy, we said it a couple weeks ago. We said it a while back that Brock Purdy should be a Rookie of the Year, at least a candidate, and he is. So 3 finalists, Brock Purdy, Ken Walker, and Garrett Wilson, are all finalists for NFL Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's freaking dope. That is crazy. And then I think we do have the most candidates out of all teams. That's pretty amazing. Head Coach of the Year candidates. They initially had 5, but it got narrowed down to 3. The 3 finalists for NFL Head Coach of the Year are Kyle Shanahan, Brian Daboll, and Doug Peterson. They're all good coaches. Doug Peterson took the Jaguars, made them relevant, took them deep into the playoffs, farther than they've been in a long time. Brian Daboll took the Giants to the playoffs. He turned them around. They didn't really have a lot of talent, people said, and made them to the playoffs. Kyle Shanahan, stacked team, but the deck was stacked against them, 3-4. They went through 3 quarterbacks. They got Mr. Irrelevant, and here they are in the NFC Championship. So I think any 3 of those coaches would be amazing to get it. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I'm going to pick Kyle because he's done an amazing job. I think Brian Daboll wins it, if I'm going to be honest with myself. The Giants, they were a great team this year, and he changed that culture. But I think Kyle deserves it. Going back to Rookie of the Year, this one's tough. I know a lot of people are going to say Brock didn't play enough games. Kenneth Walker probably, is going to get a lot of hype for this one because he was pretty much a star running back for the Seahawks. But Garrett Wilson will probably get the award. I think they're going to give it to Garrett Wilson, but you never know. You never know. Brock Purdy, man, he's done things that no quarterback has been able to. He's doing better than veterans. I know he's in a great system around him, but you can't take away anything he's done. The last pick in the draft, nobody even expected him to play a game in the NFL, and he's doing things that nobody's ever seen in the NFL history. So it's crazy. So Rookie of the Year, I hope Brock can win it. I think he should win it. To me, he deserves it. He's done things that, if you extrapolate his season through a full season, the stats would be out of control if he played this way the whole season. I'm sure he would have a few clunkers in there, but he's undefeated. He's got all these touchdowns. He doesn't have a lot of interceptions. He's being efficient. He kind of woke up the offense. If I had to bet, gun to my head, I think Garrett Wilson wins the award. That's because he's played a long season. He was pretty much the offense for the Jets for a while. although it was stagnant. They had Brees Hall, they were clicking, but after Brees went down, it was Garrett Wilson's show for them. Defensive Player of the Year nominees. We got 3 finalists. You got Micah Parsons. Obviously, he was going to be a nominee. Nick Bosa, to me, he's a clear-cut Defensive Player of the Year. And Chris Jones of the Chiefs, I don't know. I think there could have been better finalists, but I guess if the Chiefs are this far, there's got to be a reason. Chris Jones is a good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he should be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. There's some cornerbacks that have had great seasons. There's some really good pass rushers, some linebackers. But again, no disrespect, Chris Jones is a good player. I just don't see him as Defensive Player of the Year candidate. That's tough. Those are the 3 best players that they said in the NFL. Parsons, Bosa, Chris Jones. I think Bosa seals the deal this weekend, man. If he has a monster game, he should seal the deal. So I hope so. We all want to see Nick Bosa take home the hardware. But again, at the end of the day, we all just want to win the Super Bowl. That is the key for the 49er fans. We want to win the Super Bowl. Comeback Player of the Year finalists. There's 3 of them. Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and Geno Smith. I think they're going to give it to Geno Smith. They love the story, all that good stuff. Christian McCaffrey, man, he came back. He's had battled injuries, and we've seen how great Christian McCaffrey is. They haven't lost a game since he started. He's got 8 straight touchdowns. He's tied Terrell Owens for the most in franchise history, most straight touchdowns in franchise history. He's doing things that have really changed the offense. The team's scoring a lot of points since McCaffrey's came onto the team. Really changed the culture. Saquon Barkley, though, man, he came back from a major injury, ACL tear, and he's arguably one of the top 3 running backs in the NFL. So I personally think Saquon Barkley should win this award because he was the Giants. They went to the playoffs, right? We talked about how Brian Dable turned that team around. Saquon Barkley was that team, man. He put that team on his back a lot of time. Coming off an ACL, man, Saquon Barkley, if he wins it, I wouldn't even be mad about it. But Christian McCaffrey definitely deserves a lot of hype for this award. But I think Geno's going to win this award. We'll see. Appreciate you, Larkus. You know what we got to do. And the final award is the assistant coach of the year. There's 3 finalists. You got DeMeco Ryans from the 49ers. We got the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, and the Eagles offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. To me, DeMeco is the man. Everybody wants him as a head. Everybody's lining up to hire this guy as head coach, but they're all great candidates. The offensive coordinator for the Lions turned a new corner around. They were a great offense this year. I mean, Dan Campbell has that team fighting. They're going to be a good young team. And the Eagles offense has been phenomenal, but they got a lot of great players, right? Obviously, Jalen Hurts, he's turned around this season. He's become a MVP candidate, and they have great wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. Great offense. So Shane Steichen, DeMeco Ryans this weekend, go battle toe-to-toe. That might determine it. That honestly might determine who's going to be the assistant coach of the year. But DeMeco, man, #1 defense in the NFL. Nobody has ran for 100 yards on this defense since last year, not this year, Justin Fields. Last year, rookie Justin Fields ran for 100 yards on the Niners. Last year, October of 2021. That's the last time a team ran for 100 yards on this defense. Shout out to DeMeco Ryans. Pretty dope. I got to say this. This is kind of crazy. I was texting my friend, and she brought it up. We were texting. She was like, this is kind of crazy because we're both a little superstitious. She said, now check this out. She was like, was Kyle Shanahan a candidate for head coach of the year in 2019 when we made the Super Bowl? I was like, yeah. He was the number 2. He lost to John Harbaugh. Now this year, guess what? He's a candidate, just like 2019. 2019, we had a candidate for comeback player of the year, Jimmy Garoppolo. This year we have Christian McCaffrey. Also, we had a candidate for defensive rookie of the year. It was Nick Bosa. He won defensive rookie of the year. And now this year he is a candidate for defensive player of the year. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, we'll see. Those are the awards. Just want to hop on. Nick Bosa, I hope he wins defensive player of the year. Kyle Shanahan's about to hop on live. I'm going to go watch this. I love you guys. We'll be back a little later. Congrats to the 49ers that have been named as finalists. It's dope to see. You love it. You love to see it. You love to hear it. This team is stacked. We'll talk all about it a little later. Appreciate y'all.